doing something is the way to getting where you want to go. I don't care if you're a painter or a writer or an actor or a comedian, like you're not going to achieve any of that by sitting here and feeling bad about yourself. Go ahead if you want to, but the way out of this is by doing the thing. You have to act.
Yeah, it's just all temporary. It's temporary. You move through that. It's a bad afternoon, it's a rough morning, whatever, who cares? You move through it. It's temporary. It's all temporary anyway, isn't it? Your time on this planet is temporary. So make it the best you can. Work through the obstacles as best you can. Right? We all gonna get obstacles, no matter how rich you are, how poor you are, how strong you are, or whatever. We're all gonna have problems and obstacles. How good you are getting over those and through those, how fast and efficient you are with those. You're gonna have more joy in your life.
Gram of talent and a bit of consistency and a good work ethic will put you so much further ahead of everybody else. So many people are prepared to give up at doing a thing because they haven't had immediate rewards. So if you can find a thing which to you feels like play, but to everybody else looks like work, you will absolutely annihilate them. And it won't feel like you're using any willpower.
To some extent, self-esteem is a reputation you have with yourself. You're watching yourself at all times. You know what you're doing, and you have your own moral code. Everyone has a different moral code. But if you don't live up to your own moral code, the same code that you hold others to, it will damage your self-esteem. So perhaps one way to build up your self-esteem is to live up to your own code very rigorously. Have one and then live up to it.
If the question, what am I, is a question that I stayed in for like a decade, just constantly asking that question, only to find out that the lack of answer was the answer.
People don't want you to be perfect. What they want is to feel connected to you.
Yeah.
When you have negative momentum, you are better than you look. When you have positive momentum, you are not as good as you look.
That's great. That's really great.
And so don't believe the lie either way. And so, if you got positive momentum, you are harvesting crops that were planted yesterday, not this morning. That they were planted a year ago, put them in the ground, and today I'm getting this fruit, and everybody thinks I'm a genius. But it was actually a year ago I was a genius. Or you got crops going in the ground. There's nothing coming out of the ground yet, and you're planting. Nobody can see you. Nobody knows you're there. You're anonymous. But you're a lot better than you look, because wait till the rain and the sun comes. There's going to be a crop in the spring, and suddenly you're going to be that genius. So, that's how that stuff works.
Did you expect to have all the best things all at once? Did you expect perfection was going to be the nature of your life? No. All right, dope. You got some good things, you got some bad things. Maximize the good things, accept the bad things until you can change them later. That's it.
The people who live the longest, the one theme was they were conscientious. If they said they were going to show up, and they showed up reliably, consistently, they lived longer than everyone else.
This world is filled with so much choice, meanwhile, that it's difficult in a way to take a decision which direction to go, what is right to do, what is not right to do. But ultimately, it's only yourself who knows the answer, which means it comes to the essential point: learn more about yourself. This is where it starts. Because if you have the wrong perspective of who you are, what you are, everything else in this lifetime you base your decisions on is just not going to be placed in the right direction.
Making mistakes is how we learn. I would have been, not to have put yourself forward, you'd never have had that learning experience. And that's the other thing I think is really important with young people. Take the stigma out of failure. Because I think, if I can put it this way, in the social media today, people often try and look perfect, airbrush photographs, and young people can look at these perfect lives and assume that life is about acting and looking perfect. Speak to anyone, as you have done many times, who has succeeded. There is a litany of failure. And it's the failures that act as stepping stones for how we get good at what we wish to do. So I think taking the stigma out of failure is another really important thing that parents can do with their kids.
How you know when it's enough, when it becomes, if it pertains to work or striving for something, or is when you don't love it anymore. When it becomes a grind and you don't love it. that's when it's enough, because it's not feeding you.